Father Cody's 31 years as our pastor, but also to share personal memories that I have of Father. So my family moved here from Tampa in 1988, and we instantly fell in love with St. Joseph's and the old church. I was 7 years old. After a few months, my mom started volunteering in the sacristy, and so I would tag along before and after to help. And it was helping out in the sacristy that I got to meet Father Cody. Father would ask me to follow him to the altar to check the setup for Mass or to check the readings for the day. He made such an impression on me at a young age, especially because he always took the time to explain every piece of the Mass and everything that went into it. And so as I grew up in the old historic church, I joined the ushers and would help in the back of church every Sunday. I wasn't much taller than the pews. Father even arranged for me to get one of those gold name tags. Let me tell you how exciting that is at age 10. And as time went on, my Sunday mornings would consist of helping set up for Mass, ringing the bell in the bell tower, being an usher, and working the gift shop after Mass. I wasn't tall enough for traffic yet. And if Father was not celebrating the Mass, he always came to the back of church to check, to make sure everything was running well. And so after checking up on the 9 o'clock Mass, he would go across the street to the parish center to visit the RCIA. And he would often ask me to come along with him to carry his books. As my dad tells the story, I always seem to disappear on Sundays. But walking around with Father was always so exciting for me because I got to watch him be a pastor. He shook everybody's hand. He made everyone feel welcome and right at home. And as you know, that's been the vision for our parish. When you walk in the back doors of the main church today, look up at the stained glass. It says, "Welcome to all." That's always been Father's vision. And so from a very early age, Father Cody gave me that spark, a desire to serve the church. And so I kept finding ways to be involved, and Father always encouraged me along the way. I volunteered at the bazaar and at the welcome wagon and as an assistant at prep and so on. And of course, I took every opportunity I had to help Father. As many of you know, it's so easy to gravitate towards Father Cody because he has such a warm and a caring personality, and he's not afraid to put you to work. By my junior year in high school, Father had placed me in charge of the tram ministry. Back then it was just a little golf cart, and I still do that. I was also by that time teaching fourth grade prep, certainly a sign of things to come. Once I graduated high school and entered UNF, I was in need of a good college job, and Father very graciously offered me employment here at St. Joseph's, and I started out doing various tasks around the parish, which eventually involved Director of Activities, a necessary position at the time as we were witnessing such a rapid growth of our parish community. But that also afforded me more opportunities to spend time with Father, driving him places, and watching him craft his homilies in the passenger seat of my car. That famous red pen. I don't think many people realize how much work he put into his homilies. There was also a time when Father decided to buy a laptop and that I would give him his first computer lesson. Our first lesson was the power button. But on a more serious note, it was during those years that I truly got to witness what made Father Cody such a great pastor. First, he's a visionary, and the evidence is all around us. The growth of a parish of this size does not just happen. It takes a leader with vision, someone who can assess needs and produce results. Father Cody is exactly that type of leader. From the new church, new buildings around campus, to the food bank and the Divine Mercy House, Father Cody has truly built a vibrant parish ready to serve the needs of our faith community. We're also a parish of many, many ministries. The list is simply astounding. But no matter how many ministries we have, I was always amazed at how Father always took a personal interest in each and every one. And when Father Cody sees a need, he fills it, which brings me to the next trait. Father is a great pastor because he leads others to serve. As I look around the room today, I see many past and present ministry directors. Many of you know firsthand that when Father discovers a need, he finds the right person to lead. and gives that person a charge. So I thought I would share a story that I know some of you will appreciate. One Friday afternoon, I was only working here a few months. Father called me to his office right away. I knew if he called me by my first name, I was okay. But if it was Mr. Broach, I was in trouble. He informed me that he and Frank Talley decided it was time for the church to buy a bus to transport the elderly to and from church. And he said, "You're going to be the driver. There's some license you need, so go get it." Our meeting was maybe 2 minutes. And notice there was no question involved. But when Father wants you to do something, he rarely asks. Again, he's a visionary. He sees needs and he fills them. Once I started working on the license, he also announced that he would be interested in the license too, so he could drive the bus. Picture that for a moment. But Father, I'm grateful that you chose me to serve in that role especially, because our bus ministry in 13 years has served over 300 people. And I know I speak for all of our drivers that it is so fulfilling to take people to Mass. Above all of the traits that makes Father great, I believe the best sign of his pastorship is being a great priest. At the core of Father Cody's leadership is his sacramental role as a priest. Bringing people closer to God, praying with them, and celebrating the Eucharist is what Father values the most. A pastor of a church this size certainly has a busy schedule. But no matter how busy the schedule, Father always makes time for prayer. Whether it be praying with someone in need, hearing a confession, or praying for the needs of everyone each night. I used to be responsible for locking up the buildings at night, and as Father Bernie said at Mass today, promptly at 10 o'clock, Father Cody would be out in big blue pickup truck, saying his evening prayers, almost like a pilgrimage, as he would stop at the great cross in the cemetery and at the statue of Our Lady of Fatima at the school. I also mentioned that Father would ask me to drive him places, especially at dark. Many of those trips involved going to hospice or the emergency room where someone was in need or when someone was close to going home to God. It was in those moments that I truly witnessed why God called Father Cody to priestly life. Even in the most tragic and difficult of situations, Father remained strong and in his gentle compassion comforted those in distress and brought Jesus directly to those individuals through prayer and through the Eucharist. Being a priest is a sacrifice, and it takes true dedication. Over 50 years ago, Father Cody accepted that call and gave his life in service to the church. Well, Father, thank you for your love, for your compassion, and your tireless dedication to the priesthood to our parish. Thank you for building a strong and vibrant parish community that is welcome to all. And in a personal way, thank you for guiding and mentoring me and giving me that spark. I simply wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for the special role that you played in my life. On behalf of the whole parish, may God bless you in your retirement. While we will miss you as our pastor, and we will cherish the 31 years of memory, we know you won't be too far away.
Wow, right.